Guys, let's talk about pre-owned boats. Why do some people look at new? Why do some people look at pre-owned? Oftentimes we'll hear from our customer, they want to look at pre-owned specifically around value. They want somebody else to have taken the hit. They are concerned about their overall expense out of pocket. On the new side, we have people that don't want to own something that somebody else has owned. They want to put the first scratch on it. They want the comfort and safety of a full warranty. Both are valid, both have considerations. And I think both have considerations that are around price and value, and they have considerations around your experience on the water. Neither is wrong. Now, the goal is always for us to deliver a high quality pre-owned boat to you, the customer, for it to be a great experience. But buying a pre-owned boat, you save thousands over buying a new boat. The cost savings comes with the appropriate risk associated with it, either not having a warranty or having a reduced warranty based on the current ownership or how long it's been owned by the previous owner. For the past 30 years, we have been honing our process to provide the highest quality pre-owned boat we can. When a boat first arrives here, we're going to inspect it cosmetically. Then it's going to go to our shop where it's going to receive a mechanical inspection, looking at fluid levels and all of the instrumentation, gauges, and accessories. After that, if all is good still, we will then take it to the lake and perform a lake test, because there's no substitute for a good lake test on a boat. What you cannot find on a hose, you will find on the lake. Possibly the most common question we receive when someone is looking at a pre-owned boat is, how many hours does this boat have on it? Whew. Does that conjure up emotions from everybody? What's best, low hours? Many of our customers seem to think low hours is the best option for them. I would encourage you to consider the other way. 0 boats have I seen in my experience, in my entire career, have an engine fail from overuse. 0. There's case studies on longevity and reliability of Yamaha marine outboards, as an example, being used in a myriad of different commercial industries where they will have thousands and thousands and thousands of hours before they finally replace them. The number one predictor of the outcome of your motor and its longevity is how it was taken care of. So, what I would encourage you to do if you're looking at a pre-owned boat is to look at the overall condition of the boat. If someone does not take care of the boat cosmetically, there's a good chance they may not take care of it mechanically. If the boat is taken care of cosmetically and it has high hours, it is very likely that that person is taking care of the boat mechanically. And that has been my experience across the board. So when I see a boat that is 10 years old and has 50 hours and looks beautiful, or is 10 years old and has 500 hours and looks beautiful, I can tell you without a doubt I would rather have the boat with 500 hours. Because everything in that motor is just like your body, it's just like your vehicle, it is made to move. On average, a weekend warrior boater is going to put about 50 hours on a boat a year in our market. Some 75 or 100, some 40, 30. A regular boater who is invested in taking their family out on the water. If you find a boat that's 10 years old and has very low hours, it should be met with caution. I've personally parked a car for a month and you go out and it has a miss or it doesn't want to start. There is a layup procedure. It's okay to store them. There is a process for doing that. That's when we winterize your boat, as an example. But they are not made to sit for years on end. And generally what we find is if somebody has a boat that's 10 years old with 50 hours, those 50 hours came on the front end because they were really excited about that boat, and then it sat for a long time. And if it looks great, that means they kept it in a good environment, covered, enclosed, something like this. Low hours is not a great recipe for success, in my experience. We have replaced motors with very low hours. So consider the boat that's getting used regularly. Consider the boat that has an average of 50 to 100 or 120 hours. The life of these motors is well beyond, with proper maintenance and care, what the average consumer thinks. Let's talk about where pre-owned boats are today, and new. Right now, the economy is a little bit softer. Pre-owned boats went through an exceptionally high market value rate during COVID, and post-COVID, we've seen a pretty significant drop, both in demand and therefore the price associated with those. One thing a lot of times folks don't consider that are looking at pre-owned boats is the value that can be obtained in a new boat. Manufacturers are still producing boats. Retailers like us still need to move new product. So some of that is at deep discounts. And at the end of the day, what we tell folks is if you have $100,000 to spend or $60,000 or whatever the number is, and that is your top dollar, it doesn't matter. There's no conversation to be had if the new boat is more than your budget. However, if you're looking at value, one of the ways that we encourage people to look at this is we can tell you pre-owned values based on the book of a 2017 Axis A24 as an example, and a 2018 Axis A24. And if that differentiation is $10,000, $6,000, whatever it is for round numbers, and you can buy the new boat for less than the yearly depreciation amount over those number of years, that's a better value. You get a full warranty, and it essentially is like a used boat price. That gets a little into the weeds and a little complicated, but my encouragement would be, if you're looking at a boat, consider not only new but also pre-owned. If you're looking at a pre-owned, consider not only pre-owned but also new. Everybody needs to make the right decision for their family, and not always is the best deal the lowest price. How does this matter to you, the customer? Either way you go, if you're buying a boat from Memphis Boat Center, we try and give a very thorough inspection and representation of what we're offering, new or pre-owned. The most important part is that you're making a decision that works for you and your family. If we can help you here at Memphis Boat Center, it's our pleasure to serve you.